It is to present you with information. Everything is associated with risk, even your job. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. There are no guarantees of income. You are responsible for your decisions and transactions. Income examples are estimates of what you may earn. What is BYTNEX? BYTNEX is a community-based project where operation is anonymous. There is no CEO, company, business, or location. BYTNEX utilizes a blockchain-based DeFi staking protocol as its point for earning. BYTNEX maintains partnerships with banks, insurance companies, and individual account holders, working uniformly to generate profit for all parties involved. BYTNEX provides anonymity for all parties. They are operating since 2016, and currently there are over 1 million account holders worldwide. The players. There's the DeFi staking contracts, the account holder, which is the participant, the insurance company, and banks. So let's talk about the basics. Here's the background. You need to know what the method of earning is, and that's DeFi staking. DeFi staking is the process of keeping your assets in a smart contract in exchange for the accumulation of interest. Crypto assets are locked for a contractual period of time in order to generate passive income. Locked assets protects the blockchain network's ability to generate crypto profits, and as a reward, the staker or the participant receives returns. DeFi staking is considered the modern savings account, but much more lucrative because daily rewards are possible with staking. BYTNEX averages up to 0.3% per day from staking and compounds the interest daily for profitable returns. What is the product or asset? It's the DeFi hybrid contract. This is a contractual agreement between the contract, the insurance company, and the bank. The contract contains the provision of capital in USD, which is the starting balance that's given by the bank to the contract for a term of 2, 3, 5, or 7 years. Users only activate a contract. Each contract has a non-refundable activation fee of only $100. This can be deposited in cryptocurrency, either Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. The account holder or participant. So to participate with only a $100 USD activation fee, you can secure a 2, 3, 5, or 7-year DeFi staking hybrid contract. This contains a starting balance of $30,240 for 2 years, $30,240 for 3 years, $43,200 for 5 years, $43,200 for 7 years. These starting balances compound automatically over the length of the term. So each participant is considered an account holder and may open an account anonymously with just an email address upon registration. The insurance company. The insurance company insures the wallet for loss and default and was developed by the partner insurance company specifically for this project. Now, why would an insurance company do this? The insurance company stands to benefit financially by receiving secure monthly bonuses from the staking profits of every single contract. They receive this without interruption for the entire term of the contract. It's automated, it removes the human factor, and assures that they can collect. So what is the bank's role? Based on the insurance coverage, the partner bank they work with provides the capital for the contract, 2, 3, 5, or 7 years. So why would the bank do this? The bank benefits financially by receiving secure annual interest from the staking profits without interruption and for the entire term of the contract. But what does all of this mean for you? It means that because of those 4 components, profits can be generated for you with the addition of compounding. So let's take a look at the contract expectations and the power of compounding. So here we're looking at contract expectation for a 2-year contract. You can see that the starting capital is $30,240 for a 24-month term. You can also see the insurance fee, the handling fee, and all the various terms that are expected in this contract. Now, at the bottom where you see the arrow in red, you see that the bank has loaned the contract $30,240, and at the end of this contract, the fees that are paid automatically through the contract is $10,900, and the user can expect $21,586 after 2 years with this contract. Now, the contract expectation for 3 years is also a capital of $30,240, and you can see at the end of this term, after 36 months, the bank is then paid back their $30,240 loan to the contract, and the user receives the rest of the profit, which is an average of $35,097. Now, with the 5-year contract, the loan is $43,200, and you can see at the end of this term, after 60 months, the bank is then paid back the $43,200 that they loaned the contract, and the user, after compounding, is left with a whopping $471,483 in returns. So you can see there is a substantial payout difference with the 24-month, 36-month, or 60-month contract. One 24-month contract is estimated to return $21,586 in profit for the account holder, and one 36-month contract is estimated to return $35,097 in profit for the account holder, and one 60-month contract is estimated to return $487,000 in profit for the account holder. Each contract compounds daily interest on the starting balance that is given to the contract from the bank and can earn up to 0.3% per day or higher. This is variable based on the contract length for the same $100 activation fee. It's just a matter of how long do you want to wait for your contracts to mature. However, you are not limited to one contract. 80 contracts are allowed per account for new members, and only one account is allowed per user. So if you already hold contracts, you may have up to 130 contracts. For contracts beyond that, you could make a request for permission from BYTNEX. Now, when you activate special packages, you can also get up to 25 free contracts in total. And we'll talk more about that in a little while. Now here you can see some contract withdrawals. This contract was started in 2019 and was paid out in 2022, $96,700 to this member. And here you can see more withdrawal confirmation. In this slide, you can see just one member was paid out $100,000, another $112,000, another $100,000, another $100,000, and so on. Now here is the most exciting slide of all. There was a completed contract and withdrawal that happened in 2023. This particular person added their contract in 2020, and after 3 years, they were paid out. So here you can see that email from the company and the arrow in red showing the amount that went to the member of $398,000 directly to their wallet. And in this slide, you can see the overview wallet balance of $403,000 that was then withdrawn directly to their cryptocurrency wallet. To see that withdrawal video, simply go to memberwithdrawal.com. Blockchain transparency. Transactions can be viewed on the blockchain. And in this image from blockchain.com Explorer, you can see just one of the wallets that BYTNEX used for withdrawals. The Bitcoin balance that can be seen here is 51 Bitcoins, and at the current price, that's $4 million. This particular wallet made 110,000 transactions on the blockchain and did a total of over $266 billion in volume. And you can see that video by going to Daily Pay Solution. So putting it all together, this is how it works. It's very simple. An account holder has a contract, for example, one contract, $100. The bank provides the capital to the DeFi staking contract, and the staking generates daily compounded profits. Now, each contract is insured by the insurance company, and at the end of the contract term, the capital lent to the DeFi staking contract is then paid back to the bank. All parties stand to profit from each and every contract. The account holder, which is the participant, only takes care of a $100 USD activation fee for this entire process. Now here you can see there are 6 contract choices to choose from. Each contract is $100 regardless of the length of time. So we have the 24-month DeFi hybrid contracts for $100, the DeFi hybrid 36, which is 3 years for $100, the DeFi hybrid 60, which is 5 years for $100, and the DeFi hybrid 84, which is 7 years for $100. Now there are also 2 bundle packages where you can receive 15 contracts for the price of 10. You can do this with the 24 pack, which is for 2 years, and you can also do this with the 36 pack, which is 3 years. You would pay $1,000 and receive 15 contracts instead of 10. So let's talk about the special contract packages. You get 15 contracts for the price of 10, which is $1,000, instead of $1,500. This is applicable for the 24 and 36-month contracts. Now, this is not interchangeable. This is for 15 24-month contracts or 15 36-month contracts. You can have 5 special packages that are allowed per account. That totals 25 free contracts in all. So this is an overview of BYTNEX primary benefits. Earn passive income, generate interest from staking 24 days a week, 365 days a year. There's no personal capital needed. The fixed starting capital from the bank to the DeFi hybrid contract is $30,240 or $43,200, and it's affordable. It's a $100 activation fee per contract. You can have a choice of 24, 36, 60, 84-month staking contracts with daily compounding averaging up to 0.3%. 80 contracts are allowed per account. Over 1 million members worldwide. Withdrawals are in Bitcoin. This is a 10-year project started in 2016. Total anonymity for all parties. The capital is insured. There's no financial or contractual obligation. There is an optional builder's plan, instant commissionable payouts, and special contract packages up to 25 free contracts. In this part of the presentation, we're going to talk about legacy wealth and referral rewards. There are 3 aspects of referral compensation. So if you choose to share the BYTNEX opportunity, there are 3 ways to earn. 1, direct commissions, which are commissions that are available instantly from the rewards referral program. 2, daily profit sharing, and this is staking rewards from your referrals that are paid at the end of their contract period. And 3, leader commissions. These are rewards based on the leader program, and this is paid monthly. So here you can see at a glance the 3 ways of compensation. So we're first going to talk about direct commissions that are paid out immediately. So direct commissions, if you personally refer someone, either a 2, 3, 5, or 7-year contract, you earn 30%. So for 1 contract, that is $30. But let's take a look at the bigger picture here. So for example, if you had 1 person who bought 20 contracts, well, a $30 commission times 20 contracts is a commission of $600. This becomes very lucrative because most of the participants in BYTNEX have up to 80 or even 130 contracts each. You can see over here on the right-hand side, this was a member who after 2 months earned in total commissions from their referrals $20,000 in just 2 months' time. So let's take a look at the daily profit sharing. So the daily profit sharing, rewards are paid on 20 levels from your downline's profit share. You'll see the daily accumulation, and these profit sharing commissions are paid out at the end of their contract. So for example, your referrals purchase a 15 contract special package. Your profit sharing from that 1 person, calculated over 3 years, averages on level 1, $40,000. On level 2, $25,000. And on level 3, $25,000. This is over a 36-month duration, and this is paid out at the end of their contract. And we'll talk about the 3rd way, which is the leader bonus and the qualifications. So with the leader bonus, you need to have 100 directly sponsored people who have at least purchased a $100 contract and a total of $100,000 in team volume throughout your entire team, or this is a total of 1,000 contracts. Now, once that happens, you then receive a $5,000 bonus, and you also receive an additional $5 per contract on every contract in your team through infinite levels. You simply maintain 100 new contracts per month from your first or second level to receive 100% of all new contracts. This is an extra $5 and it's paid monthly. So if you choose to share the BitNEX project, what we have here is a marketing portal for members, and this is free. It's called the Boards app, and this is what it looks like within the back office. And you can see we have graphics, we have all of the files that you need, PowerPoints, social media posts, and everything you could possibly imagine is here all in one place for you guys to be able to share and have the resources to immediately get the project going for you right out of the gate from day one. So let's go through the BitNEX Q&A. These are the most commonly asked questions. Can I withdraw at any time during the staking term? Profits are locked for the staking term, and generated profit from staked income is available for withdrawal when the contract reaches the completion of duration and not before. Profit is able to be generated upwards of 22,000 and higher due to the compounding that takes place during the staking period. So to earn instantly, you can simply share the project with others and withdraw anytime you receive a commission with a balance of $100 or higher. Where does the money come from? Banks loan the starting balance to the DeFi staking contract. DeFi protocols earn through its lending use during the time that the staking pool is locked. Fees are gained during this lockup period and in turn can be allocated to the daily profit results. But based on the starting balance, funds are generated through DeFi staking and compounded up to 0.3% per day, 24/7 for 24, 36, 60, or 84 months without let up. The ending balance is the result after the staking time frame. Why would BitNEX only charge $100 per contract for such a return? Well, all parties involved, BitNEX, the bank, the insurance company, and you as the account holder, earn substantial profits on each and every contract purchase. A $100 handling fee is all that's required from the account holder because the bank earns an 8.5% per year variable interest rate on each and every 24-month contract and a 6.75 per year variable interest rate on each and every 36-month contract and a 5.5 per year variable interest rate on each and every 60-month contract. The insurance company earns a $210 per month insurance fee for each and every 24 and 36-month contract and a $300 per month insurance fee for each and every 60-month contract. And you can see this reflected in the transactions in your account every single month. How can BitNEX pay out above and beyond the $100 handling fee charged? So this is the breakdown of what that looks like. BitNEX earns on a 24-month contract $30, which is a total of $720. On a 36-month contract, the total is $1,080. On a 60-month contract, the total is $1,800. That's BitNEX. Now the bank earns on one contract, 24 months, at 8.5% interest for 2 years is $5,140, and on a 36-month contract, $6,123, and on a 60-month contract, $11,880. Now the insurance company on a 24-month contract earns $210 a month for a total of $5,040, and on a 36-month contract, a total of $7,560, and on a 60-month contract, $18,000. Now, imagine that you have 15 contracts. The insurance company alone on 24 months with a 15 contract bundle, $75,600. And for 36 months, $113,400. And for 60 months, $270,000. So this shows above and beyond how much is generated from just one BitNEX contract. Can I sign up my family? Yes, you can, but you may not place referrals underneath a family member's account In order to stack referral commissions, family members must be placed under your referral link only. They need to register with their own email address and Bitcoin wallet. You can build your downline by referring members to your own account. This is strictly enforced, so please do not take a chance in which you could lose your account by stacking. Can I refer and earn commissions without my own contract? The answer is no. In order to earn, you must have at least one $100 contract yourself. How long does it take to receive a withdrawal? After requesting a withdrawal, it usually takes from 24 hours to 7 days. In rare instances, the longest wait has been 3 weeks. How is BitNEX legitimate if we don't know who is behind it? Well, there's blockchain transparency on every single transaction, and contracts executed on the blockchain are irrefutable and stored in a distributed database, which cannot be changed or tampered with. Payments and withdrawals proceed uninterrupted. Past experience in companies having a visible CEO has proven time and again that this is no bearing on the legitimacy of a company or business. The appeal of BitNEX is the anonymity of all parties. This lends to the independence of a frontier project without interference. Some validation points. Commissions. Immediate commission payouts are more than what is paid in. For example, instantly available Bitcoin commissions on a $100 contract pays out a minimum of 140 in upline commissions. This would be a ludicrous commission structure, which would collapse very early on. This one factor alone provides validation that BitNEX operates successfully with their 4 unique components. Limitation on deposits. BitNEX limits the number of staking contracts per member, 80 contracts. This means there is a strict limit on how much can even be paid into the system. This is the opposite of how most companies operate. Most companies welcome as much money as you wanted to put in and never limit deposits. Limitation on deposits reduces risk. Blockchain proof. The blockchain is irrefutable. Thanks to deeper research into just one Bitcoin wallet, there is video proof of an interesting discovery. Billions of dollars in transactions in just one of the many BitNEX wallets. Payment proofs. There is verification provided from long-term members of very large withdrawals to their completed contracts. Bitcoin payments we've seen are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Further benefits. Anonymity protection. BitNEX is able to run undisturbed with anonymity. Only an email address is required to open an account, and only a Bitcoin wallet is required to receive your payout. This prevents vulnerability for the receiver and represents the best kind of security in which there can be no interference by a controlling party. That is something rare and significant. Logic. BitNEX has been internally consistent 100% of the time. That means no internal contradictions have been identified. Any complaints found online are not correct or from an entirely different project that used the same project name, which was Cryptex. Better than we've ever seen before. Why are people flocking to BitNEX? Well, it's all of the above. It's unique, original, profitable, secure, and has never been done before in any space. Conclusion, it's hard to look at anything else when you know these bulletproof credentials. We are part of a very exclusive group of people who are utilizing a virtual platform for compounding rewards. Take advantage and max out your passive income, especially while the 15 contract special packages are still available. Thank you for viewing, and please get back to the person who introduced you to BitNEX.